Mother Teresa, Dr. Seuss, Gandhi. Is it possible these enlightened historical figures were total scumbags?
Yes.
That's what we try to decide here on Scumbags of History. We pick through the dirty underwear pile of lesser-known facts about some of the famous people society put on a pedestal. We are confirmed scumbags and hosts, Mateen, Stewart.
And I'm Brittany Schmitt.
We're comedians. We're not historians. We're probably going to get some stuff wrong from time to time, so don't use us as a reference to your research paper.
I'm ready. I'm
Let's
just
get
born
it.
ready.
Let's get it started, scumbags.
I'm talking about scumbags of history. Talking about these people suck ass. They were pieces of shit. They still pieces of shit. Scumbags of history. Scumbags of history.
All right, today we are talking about Mr. Charlie Chaplin, the beloved comedic actor of the silent film era, known for his funny mustache and even funnier antics as a hapless tramp trying to survive hard knock life in the early 20th century America. Charlie's off-screen life was no laughing matter. He was kind of a dick. So what do you know about Charlie Chaplin?
Okay, I have a question first and foremost.
Yes.
Did he fashion the mustache after Adolf Hitler, or did Adolf Hitler do it after him? Because someone's copying someone here.
I feel like he had it first. So actually that stash, it's a name for that mustache. Mustache. It's called, can you see what that
Well, yeah, there's the
mustache
side by
is called?
side
What is
of
it
Hitler
called?
and Chaplin.
It's called the toothbrush mustache.
Okay, who did it first?
I believe Charlie Chaplin had that. It was,
Okay.
but it was a.
So do you think Hitler thought he was being funny?
Um,
Do you think Hitler
No,
was
I don't
nodding
think-
his hat?
I don't think
It was
Hitler.
an ode to Chaplin.
No, I don't think. I think it was just like.
He's like, do you know what I think that Chaplin would think is funny?
It's just a style.
Get some trades.
But Hitler's so bad, like you can't wear that mustache anymore.
That's
like-
what I'm saying. Yeah.
yeah, like,
He
there's one
ruined it
picture-
for-
There's one picture of Michael Jordan, and he has it.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that? Look at
Yes.
it. So this is a picture. If you Google Michael Jordan and Hitler mustache, or yeah,
He
it's
must
like
have lost a bet.
yeah, he had like the little.
Oh
Yeah, there he is.
Oh, but, I mean,
LJ, one of our
scumbaggery.
scumbag alumni
Scum alum.
is
Scum alum. That has
Scum
a ring
alum.
to it.
Yeah, Scum alum.
Uh-huh.
So put that in. We're gonna put that in. This is one of our Scum alum.
Scum alum.
Michael Jordan.
It would be funny if the Jordan shoes had like the mustache.
The mustache on it.
The Hitler
The toothbrush mustache. So
Yeah.
so Charlie Chaplin, he
did it first.
He did.
Did you ask me what I know about him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, you knew that he had the mustache.
I knew that he had the mustache, and I knew that he did silent films. I also know he was doing something in Venice for a long time because there's all sorts of Chaplin stuff in Venice, California.
Yeah, in Venice, California.
And
Have you seen a movie?
no,
Did you know there was a movie?
No.
So he had a.
I thought he just danced. I thought he just like did the two-step.
No. I mean the movie about his life.
Oh no, I thought you
He
meant-
was an actor. He was like he changed. The
Yeah,
way that
I mean silent films. That's not really acting. I can do that.
that is acting.
How I can
Because
do
you
that.
have to. It's actually harder to say emotions and like not say emotion, but like do emotions like. The Chaplin movie starring Sir
Isaac Newton.
No, Robert Downey Jr.
Oh,
Yeah, RDJ.
this
He-
is. I have something to
he-
tell you after this.
He got nominated for an Oscar for that movie.
Did he?
Yeah, it's a good movie about Charlie Chaplin.
Okay, so I know nothing about Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah,
So why don't you tell me everything?
I'm going to tell you everything. He was born in 1889. Sir Charles Spencer Chaplin. So Charlie Chaplin is his real name. He's a sir, like
like
Mother
Elton
Teresa.
John.
Yeah, Elton John, yes. Yeah, he is a sir. Become the most famous star. He was the most famous star and filmmaker of the silent era by the time he was 26. And he was arguably the first known movie star.
Does anyone know what he sounds like?
I don't know what his voice sounds like. There is one video.
Wasn't he a comedian though too?
Not
like
like a stand-up comedian. He was a comedian actor.
Oh, okay. I thought he was a stand-up.
Yeah. So he got famous.
Final speech.
By the time he was, that's his speech. That's
What
like
if it's
in The Dictator. We're gonna get to that.
okay? All right.
Yeah, he was arguably the first international movie star.
So he was getting pussy.
Yeah, of course. He's still considered one of the greatest comedic actors of all time. He
That's
made
interesting.
Yeah, he made and starred in many films, still considered masterpieces today.
Better
like-
than Wedding Crashers.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
That's
probably not.
that's a comedic
Or,
masterpiece.
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers.
God, Wedding Crashers. I just rewatched that recently. That is.
What's
so
another
good.
like 40-Year-Old Virgin that still holds up?
Tommy Boy.
Yeah, I've never seen Tommy Boy.
You've never seen Tommy Boy?
No,
Oh my God.
no, I've never seen Tommy
Go
Boy.
home, sound the alarms, turn it on. It's
Yeah.
the funniest fucking
I've
thing.
also never seen these Charlie Chaplin movies:
Me
City
neither.
Lights, Modern Times, and The
I don't
Kid.
think I could watch a silent movie with my cell phone. I'd be so distracted.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, on your cell phone?
Uh huh.
No, how a
No,
silent.
I'm saying if a silent movie was playing on the TV, I would just be on my cell phone the whole time.
Well, you have to pay it. It forces you to pay attention because they give.
No, nothing
They
forces
give-
me to pay attention.
They give the. What is it like the
You
subtitles?
can't even pay me to pay attention.
I know. So yeah, the kid was a movie. He always played like the tramp. So the kid starred a movie. There was a kid in the movie, and the kid in the movie actually became Uncle Fester, Jerry Coogan, I believe. is his name.
Interesting.
And Coogan is an actor right there, right? What's his name? Yeah, Jackie Coogan. So Coogan became Uncle Fester. He was
Oh yeah.
he started in the kid.
Look at him.
And Coogan is the reason why we have the Coogan law for actors, for kid actors. So my daughter, she booked a job, and we had to get her
Brag.
a Coogan account because
You can't steal their money.
yeah. So
But I
so
thought
Jackie,
Macaulay Culkin was
No,
the
no, no,
one.
no, 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 no.
Oh.
It all started with Jackie Coogan because his mom
Stole
and his
all
dad
money.
stole all his money.
But that also happened to Macaulay Culkin. So when did the law come into effect?
No, they were just doing illegal. They did it legally. They were supposed to do the Coogan stuff,
Okay.
but they were doing it illegal. But so the Coogan law, the California Child Actors Bill, also called the Coogan law,
Something that they can access. once
protection
they
law
turn
requiring
18.
the percentage of the child actor's earnings are placed into a trust. And yeah,
Can't
so
believe you guys are pimping your daughter out already.
we're not pimping her out. See, the thing is, it's not pimping her out if she enjoys it.
Who can she even speak yet?
She has like 50 words. No, she has like 500 words. I'm sorry.
And one of those is I like being on camera.
She loves it. She makes money. You gotta get some of that college money. So anyway, I'm not touching her money because I can't because it's in.
Because I can't. If I could, I would.
No, I wouldn't. Shut up. He did The Kid. He did City Lights. He did Modern Times. His films offered comfort to America reeling from the Depression and the World Wars. So this was like what people would go watch when they were feeling bad. So he was a star in the worst time in America.
After what war?
The World Wars, like
Okay.
the First War.
He was around for both of the wars?
Yeah, and often included social commentary about things like class, inequality, and the pains of industrialism.
Let me guess. He skipped the draft.
He was too old for the draft. His most famous for his tramp persona and lovable
What
underdog.
are you? You keep saying tramp, and I just think you're talking about me. Like,
No,
what do you
like
mean?
before tramps were you, or like people like you. what
Lady
they
and the
call-
Tramp? What's that tramp?
Well, that's like a hobo kind of like
Okay, so he's
like
a hobo.
transient. kinda.
Oh.
So that's when you use when you use the word tramp, it's like a hobo, like a
of the streets.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, of the streets. That's why you say she's for the streets.
She's
a
from the
tramp.
streets.
It's like a lovable, like hobo kind of.
So it has nothing to do with trampoline, which is getting jumped
No.
all over. Because that's what I thought.
That's what you thought it meant. You thought tramp meant like you were.
Everyone's jumping on
Oh
you.
my god.
That is honestly flawless
yes.
logic.
So you have
Find the flaw.
you have I mean
Everyone's
that
jumping
makes-
all over you.
that makes sense.
You're a tramp. Okay. Well,
Yeah. So yeah, you have an experience as a tramp, a different
Yeah.
kind of tramp,
I'm a
because
lady.
you've had people jump all over you. But yeah, so he pretty much he came from nothing, and I think people love
Started from the bottom.
started from the bottom. Now he's here, so people love
Now he's
like
queer.
the underdog stories.
Was he
like,
gay or straight?
He was straight.
I don't know.
Yeah. So people love the underdog stories. Do you love like the underdog stories? Have you ever felt like an underdog where you like came from nothing? And you
Yeah, I mean, I did
persevered?
come from nothing. I built
Yeah.
everything on my own. I love a good
Mhm.
underdog story. Everyone loves an underdog story. Nobody likes the person on top staying on top or getting better. We build people up so we can tear them down. That's fucking society, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to. I mean, being comedians in this, you have to be resilient if you want to make it.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to make it.
Bitch, you're making it. Shut the fuck up. You're so full of shit.
I
You're
just wanna
fucking making it.
lay back.
I know you just don't want to. You're fucking making it. You're fucking resilient. I think about this often in our friendship and how we like got reconnected. Where, I randomly saw you were hosting some show.
I wasn't hosting it. It was my first time back in like.
I thought you were
years.
hosting it.
No, Bridget Fetisi was hosting it.
Yes, Bridget Fetisi. Shout out to her.
Great, love her.
Yeah, it was at some art gallery.
Yeah.
And I had one of my tramps with me back in the day.
One of your hosts. One of your transients.
One of my transients. And and I was like, this bitch is doing comedy again. And we had a conversation. And look at you now. Look at us now, fucking hosting a podcast.
Scumbags of History.
Yeah.
And talking about Charlie Chaplin.
Yes. Here's some fun facts.
Little trailblazer.
A little fun facts about him. Though researchers can't locate his birth certificate, because who the fuck had birth certificates when he was
I can't
born?
locate mine.
And I know that's one of those funny memes when I'm like, you're in the middle of the night, be like, oh, I haven't seen my birth certificate in 10 years.
Dude, my mom, so she was crazy, and she would always just do wild shit, like on my birthdays or whatever, just always try and shake shit up. Like on my 18th birthday, she kicked me out of the house and stole my college fund. Just like, that's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gotcha, bitch. On one of the last birthdays that she sent me anything, I was living in California, and it was probably like 2013, and she sent me my birth certificate with her name crossed off in Sharpie and said, "Not your mom."
That's hilarious.
And I was like, do you know how bad you have to be to
Dude.
debase a government document?
And put a stamp and take it to the post office.
So I threw it away.
Dude, you should.
'Cause
I
I'm
wish.
just
I
like,
wish
what
you
do
would
I
have.
say?
I wish you would have still had
It's
that.
no longer a valid document.
Dude, you need to tell that story on stage. But sometimes you tell these like really dark things to me, and I think they're so funny.
And then
And
everyone
then
else is
everyone's
just
like, "Are you okay?" Not
the answer is
not
no.
your mom.
Yeah,
Wow.
not your mom.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah. They can't find his birth certificate either. But it was believed. This is back to what we were talking about with Mr. Hitler, that he was born 4 days before Adolf Hitler.
Okay.
Yeah, who he would star as.
See, and
in
he was
Roast.
around during the wars, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, so Adolf Hitler was born on April 20th. So
Oh, he was a Taurus, just
yeah,
like me.
1889, and
We get shit done.
Yeah, and exactly. And they think that Charlie Chaplin was born April 16th, 1889. So yeah, his most famous film was The Dictator, where he roasted the shit out of Hitler. And Hitler actually, like, he saw it.
You
And
come to my
and
roast?
he wanted to he hated it. He apparently made his stage debut at the
Did he
age
do
of
it
5.
silent?
Yeah,
Silent?
he was not silent about how he hated this fucking movie, The Dictator. Charlie Chaplin made his stage debut at the age of 5, filling in for his mother, a
Wait,
singer.
hold the phone. Stop. Charlie Chaplin made a movie about Adolf Hitler.
Called The Dictator. Where
Wild.
Yes. So that
There's
found
something going on with
that-
the mustachery.
that final speech where he talks.
Yeah.
It's a very super.
Oh, he's
famous.
talking now. I thought
Yeah.
he did silent
No.
films.
Once the technology
Technology
came.
caught up.
Yeah.
Oh,
caught up
okay.
with him. So
That's
yeah,
wild.
it's called the Great Dictator. Charlie Chaplin made his stage debut at the age of 5, filling in for his mother, a singer who had come down with laryngitis. So his mom got sick, and he was like, "I'll do it," which seemed like something I would do. Like I used to love doing shit like that, like being.
I bet he sounded like shit.
Yeah.
We don't know what he sounded like.
Well,
That's the crazy thing.
not as a kid. We don't know what he sounded like as a kid. He later became a clog dancer in a troupe called 8 Lancashire Lads. A clog dancer in a troupe called 8 Lancashire Lads. Have you ever been like in a group or anything?
In a Lancashire lad
No, like
group?
any kind of group, like a dancing group or musical group.
No, nobody likes me.
Oh yeah. Can you sing? Can you sing? You can't
No,
sing.
I can't sing. I can't dance.
Yeah.
I can barely speak English.
Yeah. His mother was committed to an asylum for mental health problems caused by syphilis.
Oh, another scum alum.
Yeah.
What's his
A
name?
scum alum, Mr. Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein, scum alum, syphilis
yeah,
daddy.
Yeah, and malnutrition.
Yeah.
So he was raised largely in the bleak workhouses. So, yeah, they would take kids like orphans and then make them go and live in workhouses. And
Wait, who did that?
Charlie Chaplin. So when his mom died, he had to go live in workhouses. So he grew up in
Okay.
workhouses.
Okay.
Yeah. He traveled with a pantomime group to the U.S. in 1910. Pantomime means.
Is he not from here?
No, he was born in England. Yeah. So
I think him and Hitler were brothers.
Sir, no. He traveled with a pantomime group to the U.S. in 1910 on a boat. According to one report, Charles put his foot up on the rail of the boat, swung his arm landward in one of his burlesque dramatic gestures, and declared, "America, I am coming to conquer you. Every man, woman, and child shall have my name on their lips. Charles Spencer Chaplin." I think that's kind of
And he declared it.
a bullshit but I think that's lore, but apparently that's what a report said.
He call that manifesting.
He is
in
manifesting.
Los Angeles.
He did. He manifested. Oh man, I can't imagine getting.
Man, fuck this.
Getting on a boat.
Oh, you can't.
I mean, historically, I don't get on boats. Fool me once. Yeah, fool me once. I don't fuck with boats now. But yeah, he proclaimed that he was going to be the shit. He manifested it, and he was right. He parlayed his stage career into a film deal, and after briefly struggling to find his niche, he created the Trump character. No,
Donald Trump.
Not the Trump character. The Tramp.
Tramp.
The Tramp. He created
Donald
He
Trump.
created you. He created the Tramp character, quickly rising to fame. So this was like his thing. Like he was a tramp.
Okay.
Though he was skeptical about film, he really didn't like it. He saw it as an entertainment fad. He didn't think that it would last.
Yeah.
Boy, was he wrong.
What?
Yeah. But he soon started directing his own films and came to similar acclaim as a great director as well. Chaplin once entered a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest.
And
he
lost.
Yeah, he only came in third place. Who do you think that you look like? Who would people told you look like?
I just got Amber Heard the other day.
Amber Heard?
I got Amber Heard a day or two ago. I get Alex Cooper from Call Her Daddy.
I thought you were speaking about the fucking rock star.
No, I wish. Alice Cooper. That.
Yes. You said you got Alex Cooper?
Alex Cooper, Call Her Daddy.
Oh yeah.
Not that guy, not
I
that
thought you
haunted
said
house.
Alice Cooper. That's how you look in the mornings.
That's how I look right now. That's how I feel on the inside. When people see me, they're like, "Your soul is giving Alice Cooper."
I get Jaleel White sometimes.
Who's that?
The guy that played Urkel. I used to get that a lot.
Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear that.
No, it's fine. I used to get it as a kid.
Well,
And
yeah.
I get the Dream. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks pretty rough now.
I get the Dream.
The who?
The Dream.
Who's that?
The artist, the Dream. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
see it. I think
I
it's
don't see that at all.
because I wear a hat.
Nothing is simple.
I've gotten Dwayne Wade before.
Okay, relax.
No, seriously,
What's
I've gotten
happening?
that. Some old white lady.
Some
old
old you were a
white-
tall black man. It was
She was like,
"Is
"You look like Dwayne Wade."
that-" Yeah.
I was like, "No, I don't." I can see it sometimes. This girl used to call.
Dwayne Wade looks like a chipmunk.
So he entered that contest. He came in third place. Chaplin resisted the industry tradition from silent films to talkies, even releasing a silent film as late as 1931, though the industry had largely moved on from it. So yeah, he kept wanting to continue to do silent films, even though people were like, "Yo, man, we don't."
Time to talk.
Yeah, they call it them talkies, which is
Not the talkies.
the talkies.
Time's up
Yeah,
on
you want to.
Time's up.
Time's up on the
silence.
silent film. It's time for the talkies.
Time for the talkies.
His acclaimed film, The Dictator, lampooned Hitler, which is like talking shit about him, but he was criticized for being
Oh,
too.
is that what lampooned means?
Like lampooned
I'm
him.
joking.
I know. I'm like National Lampoon. It's like making a mockery of it.
Yeah.
But he was criticized for being too political and distasteful. Can you imagine someone saying, "Hey,
Hey,
I think you're being a little too
distasteful with
hard on Hitler."
Hey, could you go easy on Hitler? Hey, could you?
Hey,
ease
this
up-
is too
ease
political.
up on Adolf.
Hey,
for
this
God's
movie
sake.
called The Dictator is
Yeah.
too political.
Yeah.
Charlie had a lot of trouble during the Red Scare, attracting the interest of the House of Un-American Activities Committee. So people
Communism.
people were calling him a communist. After going
You're the Red Scare right now in that
I am
shirt.
I am the Red Scare. After going abroad,
Don't.
he'd been denied interest back into the U.S. and spent much of his later life essentially in exile. So people thought he was a communist. People were like, "Fuck you." That was like the fucking Scarlet Letter back in the day. If anybody
Yeah.
thought you were a communist,
No
They-
commies allowed.
no commies allowed. Even though, as a whole, like if you look at any system,
Yeah, it's not that bad.
no, yeah,
Yeah.
every system works if you take out the greed. That's any socialism, communism, capitalism. They all work if you take out the greed. But back in the day, if anybody thought you were a communist, they fucking would call you a red whatever, and then like you'd be exiled.
A red what?
Like a red
redhead?
tramp, a red whore. I don't know.
A
A ginger. They would call you a ginger, and you would be exiled from America. He won a special Academy Award in 1972 for all his work that he made towards making the motion pictures the art form of the century. So they're saying, like, here's your special award. You made this the art form of the century. And I think to this day, I think movies is still the best art form. And he revolutionized that. He received a 12-minute standing ovation. 12 minutes.
What do you even do with that?
Well, he wasn't around for it.
Oh, I was gonna say that's a
But
long
yeah.
time to sit there.
Have you ever gotten a
uncomfortably.
standing ovation?
No, not
No?
that good.
You've never gotten a standing ovation?
No. Oh well, yeah. When I
At the-
filmed my special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But was that the thing where, like, stand up?
Yeah, it didn't come naturally.
They're like, all right, we didn't get it. Do it again. We got to
Nobody-
record it like seven
Nobody was
times.
moved to stand.
Yeah. I haven't, as a comedy, I haven't got a standing ovation as a comedian, but as an actor, like in a stage play, it's
Right.
nothing like it. I mean, applause break is pretty close to.
Yeah, applause breaks
Yeah.
are great.
After his death, his grave in Switzerland was dug up, and his remains were stolen by two grave robbers trying to extort money from his wife. They were caught, and he was returned.
Why would his wife care about his dead body?
I
You're
mean,
gonna
I guess
extort me? Just fucking.
some people care about that stuff.
I would.
I mean, once
Go
you're
have
dead-
your way with it.
Yeah,
He's
once
dead.
you're dead, you're dead.
Yeah.
I mean, people are desperate for money. I mean, yeah, once he's dead, he's dead.
Yeah,
but
it's just a dumb.
they were
somebody
caught,
came to me.
and
Be like,
he-
I barely cared about it when he was
I
alive.
know. These guys were caught, and they returned him, and now he's in a more secure country. So Chaplin's comedic silence, without a doubt, changed the history of American film and inspired generations of actors and filmmakers like myself. But the sentiments he inspired off-screen weren't nearly as amusing. He was a dick,
Yeah.
and that's why he's here. So let's talk about his sex life, baby. The 5'5" movie star was a notable ladies' man, claiming he has slept with over 2,000 women in his lifetime.
Jesus Christ.
2,000 women. That's a lot of women.
That's work.
That's
that's leg
work.
day,
It is lifetime.
How did he even?
Raw dogging too.
Why did I not know that?
They weren't
Was
using
the
condoms.
condoms not invented?
Yes, the condom was invented in like the 18. They had
His mom
condoms
had
been around for a
his
long
mom
time.
had syphilis, so
Yeah,
he probably
so
invented the
maybe.
whore gene.
But I like how
The
they
raw dogging gene.
the raw dogging gene. I like how we like mentioned like this 5-foot man. He was even despite him being 5
Just
foot,
that mustache just
5
smelled
foot-
like pussy
5
all
foot
the
5.
time.
5'5".
That mustache just was a little.
It was like it was a toothbrush mustache. He's like, baby, let me
Let me brush
them
Let me get them lips.
lips. Let me get them lips, baby. Yeah, his favorite party trick was to pretend to be various Hollywood actresses orgasming. So he would, and often with the implication that he had been a first-hand witness. So he would go to parties and be like, "Hey, you want
You
to
wanna
see
come?"
how?" No. He goes, "You want to see how blah 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 come?" And he'd be like, "Oh, I'm so and so." So he would pretend to be these.
Oh.
He would make women's old faces, and he'd be like,
After fucking them, presumably.
"Yeah," and that's what he said, first-hand knowledge, which is kind of fucking lame.
Did he do it silently?
No, he did not.
Did he make all the noise?
Yeah, he made all the noise.
They were all faking it for him in a 5-foot ass.
You fake it?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh my god.
Why?
Because guys are like, I want to make you like they won't fucking stop until you do. So I'm like, all right, let me just pretend. So I have places to be. I have errands to run. I don't really want
You
to
fake it? I don't know.
Oh, I fuck all the
don't
time.
fake it.
I literally
Do you like? Can you orgasm with sex, or you have to like?
until last night I couldn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
First time.
Not the first time. First time in like 12 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like some, but that tells me a lot of it is like a mind thing too.
Yeah.
You have to like release some fucking synapses in your brain to be like, yeah, this is what's gonna.
Yeah.
This
So
is
anyway,
gonna
Charlie
come.
Chaplin's fucking.
No,
Charlie Chaplin is,
we're talking about orgasm, so yeah. I just
Charlie
wanna know.
Chaplin is disappointing woman after woman.
Yeah, because
Just
I'm
a
pretty
fucking
sure
path
if
of
anybody
sad tramps.
if anybody is faking an orgasm, it's going to be
Whoever's fucking Charlie Chaplin.
an actress.
Yeah.
When asked by Vanity Fair about his ideal woman, he replied, "I'm not exactly in love with her, but she is entirely in love with me." This is ideal
What
woman.
a narcissist.
I mean, that's most men, though. I feel like it.
I feel like men like women that are crazy and mean.
No.
No?
No.
No, I think you're not normal.
No, I see, like, I'm not exact. I think Patrice O'Neal had this thing where it's like the ideal relationship where a man likes a woman and a woman loves him.
For who is that ideal?
For a man. For the
Yeah.
man.
But like, it's funny because girls always say find a man that loves you more than you love them.
But yeah. But also, I had this one guy tell me in a barbershop. He goes, yeah, Stewart, like who likes you, like who likes you. You just make sure. I think a lot of people don't do that. A lot of men don't do that. A lot of men try to like women that won't like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said his ideal woman was that I'm not exactly in love with her, but she is entirely in love with me. I don't know. I think there is a happy balance there. Unfortunately, he had a thing for much younger women. Variety wrote,
Shocking, not in Hollywood. Not in Hollywood, you guys.
You don't say.
Oh, you don't say. That stopped a long time ago. We don't do that anymore.
Unfortunately, he had a thing about much younger women.
I can't fucking get a date in this town because I'm about 14 years too old.
Because you're not 14.
Yeah.
Variety
when
wrote.
guys in this town say they're looking for a 9 or a 10, they mean you're old.
Variety wrote in his obituary, no matter how old he was, his bride always was a teenager, which was almost entirely accurate. The first woman to experience the limits of his emotional affections was Edna Provence. Let's see what Edna looks like. Edna Provence.
Edna Ho for sure.
Edna
Ho for
Okay,
sure.
wow,
Okay,
this was-
Edna, serve,
yeah,
bitch.
this was like classic black and white beauty.
Dumpy bitch, kind of.
Yeah.
Dumpy with lipstick on.
A 19-year-old who answered an ad he placed in a newspaper calling for the prettiest girl in California to take part in a moving picture. So he put out what essentially is like a Craigslist ad. It was like, hey, I'm looking for the prettiest girl who wants to be in a moving picture.
Yeah, and then the moving picture is just his dick.
Yeah, they started dating, but Chaplin notoriously would ignore her when he traveled, refusing to write, and was then outraged when she started dating someone else. Hey, the thing about men is at least we're consistent.
Yeah, throughout time. They're not going to hit you up when they're on the road, my guy.
But then I get
they're out
mad
there
when you
getting
start
pussy,
dating someone else.
He's out there clapping cheeks somewhere else, and then she fucking starts dating someone else. And he's like,
He's like, hey, what the how dare you? Then he started dating 16-year-old Mildred Harris. I think he was in his 30s.
Is she hot? Can we see Mildred?
Mildred Harris, 16-year-old Mildred Harris, who he lavished
Oh, I
with
guess I don't want to see a 16-year-old. Actually, never mind.
bouquets of roses and would wait for her in his car while she was on the set. After a little time, she told him she was pregnant. Chaplin put together a hasty marriage in 1918 to avoid the scandal having impregnated a teenager out of wedlock.
Oh, out of wedlock is the problem there.
Yeah.
The problem is that you're not married under the Lord.
Yeah, he was
in
the
name of the Lord and
he was
Jesus
20
Christ our Savior.
Yeah, he was 29 and she was
16.
She was 16.
Yeah,
He
so
got her
he's
pregnant.
trash.
But after the wedding, Charlie
child.
realized the pregnancy was either a false alarm or a lie. He would complain that his wife was no mental heavyweight.
So she's a conniving 16-year-old, which I do give her.
She's no mental heavyweight. I mean, her brain's not developed. She's fucking
Right.
16 years old. He would be rude and moody and leave the house for days on end without letting her know where he was. And she didn't know where he was because she didn't have a cell phone or tracking. Once she actually was pregnant, Mildred had a nervous breakdown and had to be hospitalized for weeks, which was believed to be a part of the result of his douchiness. Like he was just being a dick. So
Hospitalized for douchiness. Honestly, if I was, I would be in the hospital every day if I could.
yeah, mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Like what I noticed about a lot of these women, like when we talk about these guys, these scumbags, the scum alum, like every woman that they're are with has a
mental breakdown or suicide.
Or suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah. She later.
Which is a mental breakdown.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a really bad one.
She later said, Charlie married me and then he forgot about me. Their son died a mere 72 hours after his birth, and Charlie walked out on her 2 days later.
Yeah, because she was
after
too
the
old.
baby, after the baby's death. Well, oh my God, that's fucking harsh.
That's
man.
dark as fuck.
That's
Leaving your
fucking harsh.
wife 2 days after your kid dies,
That's
that is like peak.
Yeah.
And
scumbag.
you knocked her up when she was 16.
Yeah.
You
Well,
fucking
well,
ruined
he said
her life.
it was a false alarm, but then he got her pregnant again when she was 17. Yeah. So she filed for divorce, citing cruelty. That was the reason. He was cruel. Saying Charlie was short-tempered, which is hilarious when you
'Cause
call a
he's
short man short-tempered, impatient, and treated her like a cretin. I like that word, like a cretin.
Cretin's a good word. It's a strong word.
Yeah, short-tempered.
Right.
After divorcing Harris, Chaplin met 12-year-old
Oh, no.
Lilith
Chap, come on.
McMurray.
You're making your brother Hitler look good.
Who he would quickly commission his friend to paint a portrait of her. Chaplin would style the girl into an actress, including changing her name to Lita Gray after a kitten he had given her. So, yeah.
After a kidney he gave her? What?
a kitten.
Oh.
Yeah, so he met this 12-year-old
No,
girl.
yeah, this 12-year-old, all of her pictures are full color, so that's how young she is.
Yeah, that's how young she was, and now
Yeah.
you can see these pictures of her.
And now she's Charlie Chaplin's age.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That's a different one.
That was
Okay.
the wrong person.
But still, bro, I mean,
12.
yeah. So I'm starting to sense a pattern here.
Pedophilia pattern.
Yeah, he spoke openly for his love for young girls because there was something so virginal in their
Yeah,
and they're-
okay, I get it. Yeah.
in their
We've heard this before.
No. He goes, listen, I'm so in love with young girls because there's something so virginal in their slimness, in their slender arms and legs. I just love it. What the fuck, man? This guy's a fucking creep.
I hate him.
It's believed by some that Chaplin and Gray were the inspirational for novelist Vladimir Nabokov, who he had met them at a party, and they went on to write his famous book Lolita about literature's most notorious pedophile. And Lolita is also the name
Of that cat. Oh.
of Jeffrey Epstein's plane. Yeah, yeah. So Vladimir Nabokov based the book Lolita about the most notorious pedophile after this relationship that Charlie Chaplin had with this 12-year-old child. And then it all
12.
comes full circle
12
where
years old.
Jeffrey Epstein named his plane Lolita. Charlie,
12 years old. And Charlie at this point is what, in his 50s?
no, he's like 33, 34. Which is still fucking
Still
disgusting.
12.
Chaplin promised Lita that when the time
I
was
can
right.
hear him just saying, like, but she's mature for her age.
No, well, yeah, she's an old 12.
She's an old 12.
She's an older 12.
She's
Yeah.
an older 12. It's a little stick.
But okay, but he said he promised Lita that the time was right. When the time was right, they would bang. Okay.
They would bang?
Yeah, he was like, when you're apparently he said he'd never had sex with her. Apparently the time was right at a mere 3 years after meeting her, when he seduced her in the steam room of his mansion when she was 15. Yeah, so he
That's fun.
he groomed her for 3 years, and he fucked her when she was 15. When she was 16
So
and
he Jane
acted,
cooked her.
yeah, when she was 16 and acting in one of his films, dun, 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 she got pregnant, old prego. Her family threatened legal action if Charlie didn't marry her, but Charlie didn't want to marry her, and he demanded she get an abortion. So,
Did he use his stick?
his stick,
To do the abortion?
ding, 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 ding.
Boop, boop, boop,
Yeah,
just hang around the end of it.
The tramp stick.
Boop, boop.
She refused. She said, "No, Charlie, I'm not going to get her abortion."
Not Charlie.
And he offered to pay.
To push her down some stairs.
No, no. He offered a different guy $20,000 to marry her on his behalf, and like $20,000
At that time was like $1 million.
in 19
Post-war?
1918 is how much now? $20,000 in 1918.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like 400,000. So he offered her $400,000 to marry her, but her family refused to pay off. They were like, no. So Charlie, he hesitantly married her in Mexico in a secret wedding, in 1924.
Was it secret 'cause she's fucking 12 years
1924, not 1918. Yeah, huh? To avoid.
Or at this point, is she what, 16, 17?
She's 16, and he is 35. So he married her in 1924 to avoid charges of pedophilia. So, because like if you're married,
it's not pedophilia.
yeah, if the parents get
good loophole, poophole.
He often called her the little whore.
I just came.
Yeah.
That's
he
one of my pet names.
He didn't call her by her name. He called her the little whore. And at time, he told her the marriage. He was like, this marriage won't last long. I will make you so damn sick of me that you won't want to live with me, you little whore. She later said that on their way back, while they were waiting for a train, he told her, we could end this whole situation if you just jumped on the tracks. God damn. For a silent movie, he's talking all this shit, man.
Yeah.
After she got pregnant again, apparently Charlie could do it 6 times a day without getting tired. So apparently he liked to fuck.
Yeah, he was banging them out
like a rabbit. His behavior got weirder.
That is a lot.
Yeah, 6 times a day. No one needs that.
Yeah, nobody
needs
needs
that.
Especially, past.
Unless you're on I have this talk about my vacation sex rules, like one per day plus 2. I think that's like when you have like a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot though.
But 6 times a day, you don't need that. That's
who can even manage
that? That's chafing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of acting for you.
Yeah. That's why he needed the young girls, because by the time he was through with them, they had 50-year-old pussies.
Yeah, because he was wearing them out
6 times a day.
He showered 8 times a day.
What?
Yeah, he showered 8 times a day.
So he's OCD.
Yeah, he showered 8 times a day, which is wild. He bugged her room with listening device, perhaps hoping to catch her being unfaithful. He also started patrolling the house.
How on earth could she be unfaithful? When would she have time to fuck another dude? 8
times a day, fuck 6 times a day. He often started patrolling the house with a loaded gun. She'd go on to divorce him on the grounds of cruelty. Yeah, and forced sex acts. So he would
rape her.
Yeah. He allegedly forced her to perform fellatio, which kind of unbelievably was a crime at the time in California.
The whole act?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was illegal to perform fellatio in California. So
how were they? Ding dong, knock knock.
Yeah, that's
just like in somebody's with binoculars.
Yeah. So she would refuse, and he would always scream, "You are my wife, and you have to do what I want you to do."
Little whore.
Little whore.
Little whore.
Remember, she was a fucking teenager.
Yeah.
She also accused him of pulling a gun on her while trying to pressure her into having an abortion. Yeah, he was just so, oh man, I feel so bad for this girl. Charlie responded to her accusations by calling her a blackmailer, gold digger, and little whore. And 30 European intellectual pals of his wrote a letter in support of Chaplin. Oh my God. So he had this is like having people retweet something that you post about a person you hate. Calling Lita an idiot woman, cow, slut, vermin, and a parasite.
Slut vermin. That's my new fucking
I'm giving you all these fucking. That's the name of Brittany's new album. It's called Slut Vermin, the little whore. So remember, he met this girl when she was 12 years old. I guarantee you, she probably even have her fucking period by then. He's doing all this shit to her. Fucking, yeah. Finally, she was like, I can't do this, and the marriage ended. And what was considered at the time the most expensive Hollywood divorce settlement. Part of the settlement deal included locking all court documents so you couldn't see, but I guess we found some information, including grave accusations. And so everything was put away in a bank vault. And the reason that we know all this stuff, because all the papers surfaced in an auction someone bought. the bank vault, and they found it in 2015.
All
So that's how we know all this stuff. Gray struggled with depression and alcoholism. Surprise!
Yeah, what? No way.
For years after their divorce, and she had not one, but two
Mental
nervous
breakdowns. Yeah.
breakdowns. The public hatred for her for tarnishing Charlie's reputation. So, like, she said all this shit about him, and people were like, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
You're talking about Charlie Chaplin. That's the man. No way he did all this.
That shit still happens.
Yeah,
today.
it is. It's the same shit.
It's the same shit.
You come out against somebody.
Yeah, and
you're
there's
like
100 people telling you to go.
Yeah,
fucking
like
kill
go
yourself.
go
Yeah.
fucking kill yourself. And yeah, she became a recluse, and her career was basically tanked. But Charlie was fine.
Yeah, of course.
Nothing happened to him. He then met another former child model turned aspiring actress, Paulette Goddard, who was actually arguably a bit more appropriate for his age. She was
17.
No, she was 22,
Oh, okay.
and he was 43.
Okay.
Hilariously, though, probably when they met, she told him that she was
younger.
17. Yeah.
These
Usually-
hoes.
Yeah. She knew that he liked younger girls, so she was like, "Yo, I'm 17." She showed up to set to perform in his film Modern Times. He looked at her, shook his head, and said, "That's not it. That's definitely not it." Then she later recalled, "He told me to take off my shoes, change my suit, and remove my makeup. Then he threw a bucket of water all over me." He was harsh on Goddard on set, and once when he was telling his son about her performance, she laid down on the sofa and sobbed. So he's like talking shit to his son.
Whose son?
His son.
I thought he poked all the
No.
boys out.
He had some kids.
Oh,
like
okay.
yeah, with the other
He
16
had a
year
couple
old.
failed abortions.
Yeah. Goddard left him in 1940 because of his bullying and controlling behavior, but got a good settlement, so she kept quiet about their relationship. She did not sign an NDA, but she got a settlement, and she was
Did
quiet.
NDAs even exist then?
No, I'm pretty sure they did.
No.
Then he met his final wife, Ona O'Neill, when he was 52, and Ona was 17.
I think he was just like walking by swing sets. Like, how was he shopping for wives?
Well, he would put
Just
ads.
walking
He
by
was adding.
parks?
No, he would put ads in papers
For the prettiest girl in California.
for like, you want to be in my movie. He was like big
The
shit.
Harvey
Yeah,
Weinstein.
yeah. He was like, yeah, exactly. She signed with him, and he trained her in acting, and not unlike how he had done for Gray. So he trained her. He didn't train Ona Gray. Though they were very much in love, just a year later, Chaplin was charged by the FBI for violating the Mann Act, transporting 23-year-old Joan Berry across state lines for the purposes of having sex.
So now he's sex trafficking. Okay,
Yeah.
so he's a rapist, a pedophile, a sex trafficker, and he doesn't even talk in his fucking movies.
Yes,
What the fuck did this guy even do?
but
that's
some
good?
people believe that this was like a stab.
I don't think it was a stab in the
Well, no,
dark.
this Mann Act from the FBI because at this time he was being accused of being a communist, and they thought that it was like a smear campaign to get him.
It's funny because in the eyes of the entire United States, being a communist was way worse than being a pedophile,
Yes,
a rapist,
yes.
all the other shit that
Yeah.
it was. They're like, okay, so now we're finally
Yeah.
going to get him
Yeah.
on sex trafficking. We'll throw a little sex trafficking at him. That's not as bad as being a communist.
Yeah. He also got sued. The girl that he got charged with the Mann Act for taking across state lines to have sex. She sued him for paternity, and though he was acquitted of the Mann Act, and the blood test suggested that he may not be the father, he did have to pay child support. The scandal was again probably cooked up by the success of what results of something very real. He was targeted. He loved targeting teen girls, and he said he could mold them however he liked, and was a chronic philanderer once he was married to those teen girls. So he would marry these teen girls, and he would still be like
Yeah,
fucking
he'd still be
around.
stepping out.
And still, despite his antics, he and O'Neill would stay married until his death, and they had, guess how many children?
13.
8.
Ugh. Yeah, the guy has no pullout game for
No.
sure.
8 children.
No pullout game. Raw
Yeah.
dogging his way through California.
Yeah, 8 children. He was a lousy dad with a bad temper. One of his daughters, Jane, recalled, "My one wish growing up was to have one conversation alone with my father. Just the two of us. He was inaccessible in so many ways. Your father is working. Don't disturb him. He'll lose his inspiration. Don't disturb him. Our world revolved around my father's well-being. I forgot about that wish, I thought. Like, she was just like, fuck. I just want to talk to my dad.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
He was too busy fucking her friends.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. It's never going to happen. Like, it. And when I dropped it, this is what she said. This is her quotes. This is ridiculous. It's never going to happen. And when I dropped it, that's when it happened. Like she was yeah, that's right. She got that one conversation with her dad when she didn't want it. Charlie Chaplin's son, Michael, he added, I was kind of frightened by my father. He was so powerful. You couldn't argue with him because he couldn't be wrong. Famed actor Marlon Brando wrote in his autobiography about appearing in one of Chaplin's movies, essentially calling him a tyrant with a foul temper who belittled everyone on set, especially his son, who was starring in the movie with him. He claims Chaplin would make his son repeat and take after take after take for no apparent reason, even after they nailed it. Yeah. At one point, the filmmaker berated Brando in front of the whole cast and called him a disgrace to my profession for a crime of arriving 15 minutes late to set. Brando wrote, Chaplin was probably...
was like, I was busy fucking your bitches.
Oh, Brando probably wanted to fuck him too. But anyway, that's another story. Nah. So Brando wrote that Chaplin was probably the most sadistic man I've ever met. No.
Brando also got his ass kicked by Frank Sinatra. Brando just got kind of fucking tossed around Hollywood.
He got Frank Sinatra Scumbags. Yeah, he beat up Marlon Brando. But Marlon Brando got tossed up in many ways in Hollywood. Yeah. All right, so that's Charlie Chaplin.
All right.
I have to say, as I was
scummiest fucking person.
As I was reading this and like doing all the research, completely shocked. But also not. But you never hear about this.
Never.
And I like the point that you said where like everything was okay until they thought he was a communist.
Right.
And that's when the FBI was like, we need to stop you.
No more fucking kids for you.
Okay, so
that's the punishment for being a communist. You don't get to fuck those kids anymore.
So on our scumbag scale, 0 to 100, 100 being Hitler.
Yeah, he's 100.
He's 100.
He's 100.
100.
Fucking a kid, I'm sorry, you're done.
100.
Like, it's 100.
We had another 100.
Yeah, we had another 100.
We have another 100. Our second 100.
Pedophile, and then on top of that, rapist, manipulator, gaslighter, fucking cheater. And then also, I'm sorry, I've never seen one of your movies, and if I did, I'd be so fucking bored because you don't say anything. So no thank you.
Yeah, so I would go 100 too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's like the kid fucking.
The kid fucking is like,
and
especially
manipulating and trying to get them to have
habitual.
Abortions.
He's a habitual kid fucker.
Yeah.
His legacy doesn't factor in. The good does not outweigh the bad in this situation. No. Yeah, does making generations of Americans laugh out loud make up for ruining lives of every teenage girl?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I don't care how fucking good your movies are.
Yeah.
If you're fucking kids, you're the worst person in the world. Yeah, I mean, I don't even have anything to say like, oh, was there a time when you were fucking a kid? Like, no. There's no there's nothing to time. There's nothing to fucking.
Was there a time when you were walking by a park and you thought that looks like my future?
Yeah. Like, or was there a time where you went in the ad and like, I mean, when you were, I would say when you were a teenager, I'm sure like you being a woman had so many older men try to like.
Yeah.
Take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have to fight them off with a stick.
Yeah. That's the one thing, like, with having a daughter, like, having to, like, teach her about all that shit. But, yeah, he's the worst. He might be, he's pretty bad.
He's bad.
He might be my.
Mr. Scummiest scumbag?
Yeah. He's the scummiest.
Yeah.
He's the scummiest scum alum. Yeah. Well, have you ever been in a position of power and abused it, or have you ever been abused by someone in a position of power? I feel like we all have been.
I don't know if we want that much information.
No, I mean, I guess we all have.
We're gonna start a movement.
Yeah, we're gonna start a movement.
Yeah.
An anti-Chaplin movement. Yeah.
The Chap 2 movement.
The Chap 2 movement. Well, that is our show today, scumbags. If you're enjoying Scumbags of History, prove you're not a scumbag yourself and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or anywhere you're listening. And subscribe for future episodes. Yes.
I would also say 3 for 3. Anyone who has a toothbrush mustache
That-
is a piece of
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
We got Michael
Yeah.
Jordan, Charlie Chaplin,
and Hitler.
Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, and if you have a toothbrush mustache,
Shave it.
yeah, shave it. Because you're being a fucking scumbag. Hey, my name's Mateen Stewart.
I'm Brittany Schmitt.
Hey, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Peace.